Hello friend, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affair of 2nd of March 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss 14 to 15 very important current affair and the most important current affair. So watch the video till the last, but I am requesting you all the students that you have to like this video, you have to share as maximum as possible and you have to subscribe our channel. But before proceeding, I just want to discuss about Affairs Cloud current affairs subscription, that how you can purchase this subscription and what we are providing under this subscription. First is how you can purchase this subscription. You have to download our application and the name of application is Careers Cloud. Remember, the name is not the Affairs Cloud, name is Careers Cloud. And after downloading, you can avail the 1-year subscription as well as 2-year subscription for 2021 as well as for 2021 and 2022. But if you want to subscribe for 2020, then you have to visit our website, that is affairscloud.com/currentaffair. But how you can download this application, you can basically search on the Google Play Store. If you don't find this application, then you can go to the description box of this video. Under the description box, we put a link of downloading link of this application. You can very simply download from that link. Now, second question is what we are providing under the subscription, why you have to purchase this subscription and how it is useful for you. So first of all, we are providing daily wise PDF. In the daily wise PDF, we are providing two type of PDFs. One is the theoretical and detailed current affair of particular day. Next is the question and answer format of the current affairs of particular day. It means you can revise the theoretical current affair through this current affair PDF, that is known as the question and answer PDF. Next is the weekly PDF. It is very important to revise the current affair on weekly basis. Next is weekly test, very important again to evaluate yourself that how much current affair you can retain for long time period. And next is the monthly PDF section, and it is again very important section because we are providing various PDF according to your exam convenience. Like first is the study PDF. It is very important because you can read the theoretical and the detailed current affair of particular month. Next, you can revise the current affair by this question and answer PDF because all the theoretical current affairs provided and converted in the question and answer format. Next is the pocket PDF. As the name suggests, it is very useful. It is very useful before your exam because you can revise the current affair in one-liner format. Next is the banking, finance and economy PDF. Very important for those aspirants who are preparing for banking exam. And last is the top 100 important current affairs. It means best 100 important current affairs will be provided to you. That is also provided in the form of question and answer so that you can revise again and again. So all these things can improve your current affair very superiority. And remember, these current affairs are providing at very minimal cost, and on that minimal cost we are providing 10% extra discount. How you can avail this 10% extra discount? You have to use this code ASH10, then you can avail 10% extra discount on that minimal cost. So let's start today's current affair, that is the 2nd of March 2021. But I am again requesting you all the students that you have to like this video, you have to share as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe our channel. So let's start our first section, that is the most important question section, and here is our first question. Which country launched the Arctica M, first satellite to monitor climate change in the Arctic region? So two things are very important under this question. One is the name of the satellite. The name of satellite is Arctica M, and second, it is just to monitor the climate change in the Arctic region, and very important area, especially the Arctic area near the North Pole. So it is very important. So examiner can ask the area that Arctica M or Arctic M, the missile or satellite is launched for measurement or for monitoring the climate change in which area. So you have to remember it is for Arctic. So Arctic, you can remember this. And the country name is Russia. You can also see here, Russia launched its first Arctic monitoring satellite, Arctica M or Arctic M. You can also see here, Russia launched this missile and, not missile, it is a satellite to monitor climate change in the Arctic region. Russia will launch 2 satellites, and this is only for the hydrometeorological and climate monitoring system to monitor the climate and environment in the Arctic. And the second Arctica missile is set to launch by the year of 2023. First is launched in 2021 and second is in 2023. So the satellite will able to monitor and take images every 15 to 30 minutes of the Arctic. So the question is now raising that why the Arctic region is very important to monitor because of the climate change. Because in February 2021, a team of researchers from the University of Edinburgh and Leeds and University College of London stated that some of the largest losses in the last 30 years were from the Arctic sea ice. So this is the very thing about the Arctic area, That's why they are basically launching a satellite to monitor the climate change of the Arctic region. And remember about Russia, capital is Moscow, currency is ruble, and the president is Vladimir Putin. Moving to next question. Appointments Committee of Cabinet has approved a 3 months extension of the chairman of Central Board of Direct Taxes, who is currently the chairman of CBDT. Very important question and very simple question. Who is chairman of Central Board of Direct Taxes? All the students are giving right answer. Answer of this question is Pramod Chandra Modi. Very simple question. He have to retire on the date of 28th of February 2021, but now 3 month time period is extended. It means the time period is now moving to 31st of May 2021. And remember the name Pramod Chandra Modi. You can see here CBDT chief Pramod Chandra Modi get further extension for the 3 months. Moving to next question. Who won gold medal at 24th Outstanding Ukrainian Wrestlers and Coaches Memorial Tournament held in Ukraine? So two things are important. One is it is the 24th wrestling tournament and it is held or hosted by the Ukraine. And you have to remember it is also known as the Ukrainian Wrestlers and Coaches Memorial Tournament. And name of the tournament, 24th tournament, and which Indian or who won gold medal. So I'm talking about Indian, it means Vanessa, name is out. So answer of this question only belongs to these three options. Yes, again the students are right. Answer of this question is Vinesh Phogat. So you can see here the picture of Vinesh Phogat beats the Vanessa, wins gold Ukraine wrestling event. So just remember Ukraine wrestling event, and she is very famous wrestler. And the event has held from the February 26 to 28 2021 and was organized by the United World Wrestling. And Vinesh Phogat has already qualified for the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics, which was basically delayed by the COVID-19, and she also won the bronze at the 2019 World Champions. And she is the only Indian woman wrestler to have qualified for the Tokyo Games. Very important, guys, which was due in 2020, but it was postponed to 2021, July 2021 due to COVID-19. So remember the name of the wrestler, very important, Vinesh Phogat. Now we are moving to next question. Which state will host 2021 edition of Hero Indian Women League Football? So very important event. This event was also scheduled in 2020, but due to COVID-19, now it is scheduled to 2021. And Indian Football Federation is basically announcing that the Odisha state is a host of 2021 edition of Hero Indian Women League Football. It means this tournament is related to football and this is a women league football. So remember the state of Odisha, very famous Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik ji. And Odisha is again, guys, very famous because of Hirakud Dam. That is the longest dam of India on river Mahanadi. There is a very famous national park, Simlipal Biosphere Reserve and National Park is also there. Bhitarkanika National Park is also there. Satkoshia Tiger Reserve is also there. Again, very important. You can see here Odisha to host Indian Women League 2020-21. Why it is 2020-21? Because it was scheduled to held in 2020, but due to COVID-19, it was scheduled now in 2021. You can see here the event was postponed in 2020 due to COVID-19, and already India is also hosting 2 international women football events in 2022. One event is the Asian Football Confederation Women Asia Cup in 2022. Second is most important FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup 2022. So you have to remember both the events. One is both are related to women and both are related to basically football. So remember FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup also hosted by India in 2022, and Asian Football Confederation Women Asia Cup is also hosted by India. And All India Football Federation, President is Praful Patel, headquarters in New Delhi, founded in 1937. So you have to remember the President of India, All India Football Federation, Praful Patel. Now we are moving to next question. National Science Day is annually observed across India on which day? Recently we covered this question, but answer is very simple, and this day is most important day. So answer of this question is 28th of February. So all the students who are giving answer, very much right. If the time is less, then you have to pause this video and you have to match answer with me. You can see here National Science Day, 28th of Feb 2021. What is the theme? Future of STI, that is science and technology, impacts on education, skill and work. So how this science and technology and innovation is impacting on education, skills and works, and how we can improve our educational skills, especially the work skills, and how we can improve the educational tactics by the science and technology. You can see here National Science Day is annually observed across India on the 28th of February to commemorate the discovery of Raman effect by Indian physicist Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. We already know the name C.V. Raman, who got the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930 due to this Raman effect. And the theme of the National Science Day is Future of Science and Technology and Innovation, Impact on Education, Skill and Work. Because due to COVID-19, all the students, all the generation, all the new generation use this science and technology so that they can match the skills in 2020, so that they can't or they are not able to go to the school. That's why they have to use this science and technology so that they can match their education skills, and especially for the workers. So we are moving to next section. It is the very important question section, and here is our first question. India and which country agreed to observe 2003 ceasefire agreement? So very simple question, and you can mark under the very important, or you can mark under only the important section, because it is a 2003 ceasefire agreement. If you know that this agreement happened after the 4 years of Kargil war. The Kargil war was happened in 1919, and remember, it was happened in between India and which country? Pakistan. So answer of this question is Pakistan. So it is a ceasefire agreement, and India also under the ceasefire agreement constructed the fence of LOC, that is line of control between India and Pakistan. So you can see here, India and Pakistan agreed to observe 2003 ceasefire. So India and Pakistan agreed strictly observe the 2003 ceasefire agreement along with the line of control. The ceasefire agreement was reached in November 2003 after the Kargil war between India and Pakistan along the entire stretch of India-Pakistan frontier. It means from Jammu and Kashmir to Gujarat. It is the entire stretch of India and Pakistan line of control and the boundary area. It facilitated the opening of Srinagar and Muzaffarabad and Pooch and Rawalkot routes, paving the way for bus and truck services so that the trade can be initiated between the two areas of India and Pakistan, especially the two Kashmirs, like Pakistan occupied Kashmir and India occupied Kashmir, and for the first time in the 6 decades, like 60 years. The ceasefire also enabled India to complete the construction of a fencing near the line of control. It means to construct the boundary area near the line of control. And in February 2021, Lieutenant or the Lieutenant Governor B.S. Raju was appointed as the new Director General of Military Operation. This post was created recently. This is a new post which was created for managing the military operations. By the name you can guess it is for the managing the military operations. And you have to tell me that who was the first DGMO, Director General of Military Operation, and answer of this question is Lieutenant General Paramjit Singh. He was the first Director General of the military operation. But if the examiner is asking the new Director General of military operation, then answer should be B.S. Raju. Moving to next question. What is the name of the advanced digital cobalt therapy machine which is recently donated by India to Madagascar for cancer treatment? India is helping so many countries, especially for the infrastructure purposes, like South Africa is there, Bhutan is there, you can say Nepal is there for reconstructing the schools and the educational sector, especially for the health sector also. Maldives is also there for reconstructing the infrastructure. So these countries are helped by India. So Madagascar is a new name for this, because India is donating a machine, is a therapy machine for treating the cancer to Madagascar. And name of this machine is Babatron, because it is developed by the Baba Atomic Research Center. You can see Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina inaugurated advanced digital cobalt therapy machine that is known as Babatron 2nd, donated by India. So it is just to improve the health sector of Madagascar. And where is Madagascar? You can see this is the map of Africa, and you can see here is a big island that is known as Madagascar. Babatron is donated by India to Madagascar under the cooperation in the health sector, and it is developed by Baba Atomic Research Center. And remember, the president of Madagascar, Andry Rajoelina, inaugurated this cobalt therapy machine, Babatron, for the cancer treatment. And remember, it is established by Baba Atomic Research Center. And what about Madagascar? Madagascar currency is Malagasy Areri, and capital is Antananarivo. So remember the name of the capital and the currency also. If you read this, you can eliminate the options in your exam. Moving to next question. In order to mark the golden jubilee of 1971 War of Liberation, Indian Air Force Chief R.K.S. Bhaduria gifted a legacy Elute 3 helicopter to which country? Examiner can ask about the name of the helicopter that recently IAF Chief R.K.S. Bhaduria gifted this helicopter to which country? So we are talking about the golden jubilee of 1971 War of Liberation. This is the hint of your answer. So golden jubilee of 1971 War of Liberation is related to Bangladesh, because Bangladesh got independence in 1971, and in 2021 Bangladesh is celebrating the 50th year of independence, and it is a golden jubilee of Bangladesh independence. So answer of this question is Bangladesh. So India gifted Elute 3 helicopter to Bangladesh, and it is very important helicopter which was used in 1971 war helicopter to Bangladesh, and gets F-86 fighter as return gift. It means India also gets one gift, and it is a F-86 fighter jet which was gifted by Bangladesh to India. And during this Indian Air Force, because R.K.S. Bhaduria recently visited Bangladesh for 4-day visit, and you can see here Chief R.K.S. Bhaduria gifted a Legacy Elude-3 helicopter to Bangladesh, and in return, Bangladesh Air Force gifted a Legacy F-86 Sabre aircraft to the Indian Air Force, and it is a 4-day visit to Bangladesh by the R.K.S. Bhaduria. And recently, you have to remember, this is again a most important question, that Mirpur Hall of Fame, R.K.S. Bhaduria was inducted into the Mirpur Hall of Fame, which is a Hall of Fame of the Dhaka Air Force Station. So you have to remember, it is a Bangladesh Hall of Fame, and it is known as Mirpur Hall of Fame, and R.K.S. Bhaduria was inducted under this fame. So you have to remember this vital information regarding the Bangladesh and regarding the helicopter and the aircraft which is gifted by India and which is gifted to India. Moving to next question. Which company launched SME Insure to insure 5 crore small and medium enterprises? So SME stands for small and medium enterprises. Insure means they are providing insurance. It means to provide security, to provide the financial security to the micro, small and medium enterprises, small shop and business owners. This insurance company launched SME Insure. It means it is type of a portal to insure 5 crore small and medium enterprises under the insurance category. And name of this insurance company is Alliance Insurance. So not so much in news, but you have to remember. So only 1 or 2 news related to Alliance Insurance, so you can remember easily. So it is Alliance Insurance. You can see here Alliance Insurance launched portal to bring 5 crore SMEs. So you can see here, in order to provide financial security to micro, small and medium enterprises, small shop and businesses owner, Alliance Insurance launched SME Insure. It is a portal to insure 5 crore small and medium enterprises under the insurance category. The target of Alliance Insurance is to reach more than 5 crore SMEs in the first year and expect a revenue of the 10 crore rupees in the next 5 years, and approximately 97% of the SME in India are not insured. This is a real survey that approximately 97% of the SMEs in India are not insured. That's why there is a setback in the COVID-19. So there is a need of insurance to these MSMEs. So don't remember Alliance Insurance. Their headquarters is in Mumbai, but it is not so much important organization for you. Just remember this news and SME Insure. Moving to next question. Which state launched Mukhyamantri Annatodaya Parivar Utthan Yojana? And this state government recently started 4 welfare schemes for the below poverty line people, and it is very important scheme which is started by this state government, and this state government chief minister is Manohar Lal Khattar. So hint is very clear. Answer of this question is Haryana. And remember, who is the governor of Haryana? I am waiting your answer, and on the last I will tell you answer who is the governor of Haryana after this end of this question. You can see here Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar to be launched Mukhyamantri Annatodaya Parivar Utthan Yojana in Haryana on April 1st, 2021. It means it will be started on April 2021. And this scheme or these 4 welfare schemes are started on the birth anniversary of the Guru Ravidas ji, 644th birth anniversary of Guru Ravidas ji, and it is for the below poverty line people. And first scheme is Mukhyamantri Annatodaya Parivar Utthan Yojana. It is just to help the BPL families, 1 lakh BPL families under the Parivar Pehchan Pattar portal. It is also started by the Haryana government. Second is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Awas Naveernikaran Yojana. It means the renovation of houses will be took place especially for the scheduled caste BPL families, and already 50,000 rupees were given by the state government of Haryana, but now they are giving 80,000 rupees to repair the houses of the scheduled caste for BPL families. Next is the legal aid help by the state government, and earlier 11,000 rupees were provided, but now it increased to 11,000 rupees, 21,000 rupees. It means it is increased by 10,000 rupees. And next is the Sant Mahapurush Vichar Samman and Prasar Yojana. It is a new kind of scheme, because financial assistance will be provided between 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees to those religious organizations who are celebrating the birth anniversary of the great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi ji, Subhash Chandra Bose, any kind of the leader who is basically inspiring the youth and the other generation. So 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees they can spend, which will be provided by the state government of Haryana. Now there is a turn. Who is the governor of Haryana? This is the important question, guys. Who is governor of Haryana? Yes, all the students, some students are right, some students are wrong. Answer is Satya Narayan Arya. So remember who is the governor? Satya Narayan Arya. Moving to next question. Who addressed virtual 5th Asia Economic Dialogue 2021? It is just to improve the trade between the Asian continent, and especially how to link the Asian continent with the world, and especially to recover from the economic crisis in the post COVID-19 world. This is the main agenda of this fifth Asia Economic Dialogue, and from Indian side it is addressed by Subramaniam Jaishankar, who is currently the External Affairs Minister, Union Minister of External Affairs Minister, you have to remember. And who is the State Minister? Minister of State, basically. Minister of State is V. Muralidharan. Remember this. And as Jaishankar addressed 5th Asia Economic Dialogue 2021, what is the theme? Theme is again related to the COVID-19 recovery, post-COVID-19 global trade and finance dynamics. Its inaugural session was addressed by Union Minister Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs. And remember, the dialogue saw the discussion between the COVID-19 impact on trade and finance on the world and on Asia, and how we can connect Asia with the rest of the world, and how we can improve the financial crisis in the post COVID-19 world. This is the main criteria under this. This is not so much important, but you can remember this name, that is the 5th Asia Economic Dialogue 2021. Now moving to next question. Which state launched Gharo Ki Pehchan Chalik Naam? It means daughter's name is a home identity program. So this program is related to the empowerment of women, especially the by the self-help groups. So this state government is where this national park is situated, that is Jim Corbett National Park. It is the oldest national park of India, which was inaugurated in 1936 as the Hele National Park. There is one very important national park is Valley of Flowers National Park, is also there in Uttarakhand. So state is Uttarakhand. And who is the Chief Minister? Chief Minister is Trivendra Singh Rawat. Who is the Governor? Baby Maurya. So you have to remember this. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat launched Gharo Ki Pehchan Chalik Naam program for the development schemes worth rupees 42 crore in Nainital. So you have to remember, this scheme initially will be launched in Nainital and later it will be extended in Uttarakhand. So the government is working towards women empowerment, because the name of this scheme is for empowering the women. So that's why for women empowerment, and 32,000 women groups of the state are being linked with the self-employment program, so that they can become the Atmanirbhar. It means self-reliant, because the focus of all India is Atmanirbhar Bharat. As part of the development works, the catchment area of the Sukha Tal Lake will be revitalized and will undergo beautification process. So it will be beneficial for the tourism sector. So it is very important. So mark Uttarakhand, very important state. Chief Minister, Governor is very important. National Park is also very important. Moving to next section, and it is the important question section. Only one question we are discussing. Who is appointed as the Assistant Secretary General and head of the New York office of the United Nations Environment Program? So don't confuse with the headquarter of the United Nations Environment Program. United Nations Environment Program headquarter is in Nairobi, Kenya. Remember, headquarter is in Nairobi, Kenya, not in the New York. New York is the regional office of the United Nations Environment Program. And who is appointed as the Assistant Secretary General and head of the New York office? Head is the Ligia Naronha. So just remember initials Ligia. She will replace the Satya Tripathi. You can see here, she will succeed fellow Indian and development economist Satya Tripathi. And what is the work of UNEP Economy Division based in Nairobi, Kenya, has worked on several agendas like inclusive green economies, because they are working for the environments, sustainable consumption, production, as well as on the trade and sustainable finance. So don't remember this question, just read this question. Otherwise, it is not so much important. So let's move to the one-liner points. And first is the pandemic to leave 375 million children in India with health economic impacts, and it is a SOE 2021 report. So this question is not so much important. This is not basically a question. This is a report by the SOE. SOE stands for Center for Science and Environment, and it is a New Delhi based organization who basically surveying all over India, and predicted that the pandemic generation as 375 million children, especially 0 to 14-year-old, may suffer long-lasting impacts such as overweighing, stunting, increased child mortality, to loss in education and work productivity due to pandemic. And all we know that figure is more than 375 million, and it is a SOE report. So it is not a question, it is just a information that how many people are affected, especially the children, under this COVID-19. Next, ISRO successfully launched Amazonia 1 and 18 other satellites from Sriharikota. This is, guys, one of the very important news, because we covered this news in the recent daily current affairs. So that's why we are covering under the one-liner important point. This Amazonia 1 belongs to which country? So we covered this question. This belongs to Brazil. Remember, developed by Brazil, and it is launched by like in ISRO. So remember this. And maximum satellites out of 18 launched by ISRO, but belongs to USA. So this is very important, and I will cover this question in the next few days in the question and answer series. Like one spacecraft named as Space B. Remember, Space B. This is launched by ISRO, but it is belongs to USA. Next is SAI Connect, Nano Connect 2. It is also belong to USA. It is launched by ISRO. So these satellites belongs to USA, but it is launched by ISRO. This is a new thing which is done by ISRO. And remember, ISRO head is KC1. And where is the headquarter? Bengaluru. Next is Rare Disease Day 2021, February 28. But every year it is not celebrated on the 28th of February. It is celebrated across the globe on the last day of February. So it means on the leap year, it will be celebrated on the 29th of February. It is just to create awareness to the general public regarding the rare diseases and their effects on the lives of the affected people. So the International Rare Disease Day is not so much important, but you can remember it is celebrated on the last day of the February. So in 2008, the first rare disease was celebrated on the 29th of February because 2008 was leap year. Next is the Zero Discrimination Day 2021 on the 1st of March. So why this day is celebrated across the globe on 1st March? It is just to highlight the needs to take actions to end the inequalities based on income, gender, age, health status, occupation, disabilities, sexual orientation, drug use, gender identity, race, even especially you can say the COVID-19 affected people, class, ethnicity, religion, any kind of the discrimination, we have to eliminate all these discrimination. Even in Indian Constitution under Article 15 and 16, we have to end the discrimination based on gender, age, sex, caste. We have to eliminate all kind of discrimination. So that's why Zero Discrimination Day is celebrated. And most importantly, which organization is related to this day? United Nations Program on HIV AIDS. So remember, United Nations AIDS Organization. Where is headquarter of United Nations AIDS? Headquarters in Geneva. Next, Arun Kumar Singh, IAS, appointed as new Chief Secretary of Bihar. So it is a state news. If you belongs to Bihar, then it is the most important news for you, because the highest post of IAS officer in the state, Arun Kumar Singh for Bihar. So it is very important. So earlier Deepak Kumar was there, but now it is Arun Kumar Singh. Next, GDP grows in 0.4% in quarter 3 financial year 21. India exits technical recession. NSO. It is a National Statistical Office who is telling that India exits from the technical recession and India grows in the quarter 3 of the financial year 21. It means 2021. It means we are talking about October to or you can say we are talking about October to December. That is the you can say the quarter 3 of the financial year of 2020-21. And India exists from the technical recession. It is by the NSO. NSO works under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and who is the Minister of State Independent Charges? Rao Inderjit Singh. So remember this. And India grows at 0.4%. It means not contracted. It grows actually in 0.4%. So these are the one-liner important points. Now we are moving to the answer of the 1st of March 2021 question. Question was, who among the following did Gandhiji regard as the political guru? So I already told you in the 1st March video that when Gandhiji came to India in 1915, one person advised Gandhiji not to join any political party and not to start any satyagraha for 1 year, not to start any revolt till 1 year. So on that year in 1915, this person died, and name of this person is Gopal Krishan Gokhale. And then Gandhiji announced that Gopal Krishan Gokhale ji was political guru of Gandhiji. So remember this. And you have to tell me one most important question under this question. Who is the political guru of Gopal Krishan Gokhale? You have to tell me only in the comment box that who is the political guru of Gopal Krishan Gokhale. So now we are moving to the question of the day. Question of the day is, which of the following sultans died while playing polo or chogan? This is again most important question, and I am giving you hint that this person belongs to which dynasty? Slave dynasty. And he was also the slave of Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori. So answer of this question out of 4 options, and you have to give me answer only in the comment box. So guys, please provide 700 plus likes. This is a motivational factor for us, because if you are providing 700 plus likes, it means you are motivating us. And please subscribe our channel if you are first time on this channel, and please press the bell button so that you can receive the notification on time, because so many students are complaining that we are not receiving the videos on time. So you have to press this bell button 2 times. It is a Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. Definitely, if you are watching the videos regularly and if you are reading the current affairs from the PDF, your current affairs section will go strong, because 90 to 95% current affair which are coming in your exams are covered by Affairs Cloud. That is the genuinity of Affairs Cloud. This is the hard work of Affairs Cloud team. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'm again saying, don't take life so much serious. Life is fun, life is beautiful. Always be happy, because happiness is the key of success. Thank you again. Take care. Bye bye.